Oseo, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. This is another Mystics collaboration. Pick a card. So I'm going to, of course, list the name of all those participating on the screen, and you can also find the links to their videos in the description. You can choose the same piles or choose something different, whatever calls to you. It's like having an extended reading, so you can get a chance to see how they line up together, get some clarifications. Okay, you have three options from me. You have three dragons to choose from: 1, 2, and 3. Before you make your decision, I recommend closing your eyes, inhaling for the count of 4, holding it for the count of 4, and then slowly releasing it. And when you're done, open your eyes, choose your pile. You might be drawn to more than one. That's fine. I always say see which one calls to you the most first, and then watch the other like an additional add-on, because most of the time that's the order that they'll operate in. Darlings, let's find out what big transformations are happening in your life over the next or within 6 months. What's up, pile 1? Welcome to your choice. You picked this gorgeous, magnificent being here. We're going to sit them right here. A lot of transformation is taking place in your life right now, and over the next couple of months, decisions that you make are very important. You have to be confident in your choices and also use your discernment. Have a clear head. I keep seeing somebody really needing to like clear their mind, not allow a whole lot of clutter. I keep feeling like I want to get tongue-tied, so some of you may be having a hard time expressing yourself right now. And when it comes to career, this could be putting a pause on certain things that you want to do or certain positions you may want to achieve. So the first thing we're going to look into is the career. You know, what's happening with your career over the course of the next 6 months or within 6 months, and then we'll see the gradient and go into whatever the third option wants to be after that, my love. So let's start off with your career for pile 1. What can you look forward to in your career within and by 6 months time? Oh, listen, I'm hearing a dream is a wish your heart makes. Some of you might have gotten discouraged at one point in time about whether or not your dream career or your dream circumstances were just going to align and make sense. You might have said to yourself, I don't know if my work, my family, and all of that can just come together. It can and it will. It definitely depends upon you though, and what you choose to trust and believe you're capable of, and what you therefore put the work into. But you can achieve that rainbow, that happiness, that I got a little bit of everything, or I have everything that I want. It's going to take some time though, building up momentum to this. I feel like right now togetherness is very important for you, pile 1. So if you've been having family conflicts or issues, look, those who aren't really in your corner, this has been a big energy for a while now. You're going to have to step back from that, because you don't want their energy constantly influencing you. I do feel like soul family, soul tribe is on their way to you if they're not there already. But I also feel like it's telling you to be mindful of certain boundaries. Those who are supportive of you though, those who are in your corner, those genuine friends and family, spend a little bit more time with them. Especially if you've been trying to get your mind out of work mode for a while. Some of you in pile 1 might have actually been overworking yourself, and they're saying, hey, it's time for family time. It's time to sit down with genuine friends and just feel happiness, just feel joy. So some of you could be planning some type of vacation within 6 months. You might have taken some over the summer now, and that was like a taste, but within 6 months you might find yourself getting an opportunity to take a little trip or just spend some time with family. You don't really have to go too far out. Maybe it's a barbecue for some of you who who be in the kind of weather that will allow it. Maybe it's just somebody cooking and saying, hey, come on through. Whatever it may be, if you get the opportunity to spend time with the people that you love and you know they genuinely support you, you need that boost, you need that energy, go ahead and do so. Let work take a break for a minute. It's going to help you, because it's going to give you more creative ideas. It's going to give you a chance to recharge and then get back in the running. So this could be something you're meant to do between now and then see the results of in 6 months. Again, like a trip, somewhere. It could be to a place that has a different weather temperature than where you'll be. Like, for example, if it's going to be cold where you normally live, you might be vacationing to like the Bahamas or something like that. I'm actually seeing island like places and whatnot. So if you've been planning that, if that's been in the back of your mind, you're being told that you'll be given the opportunity to do so. It's just going to depend on some of the choices that you make in the meantime. But there's a huge, for you guys, where it's not a trip, it's telling you that something with your career is going to pay off. You're going to be very satisfied and very happy with what it is. It's going to feel like something came full circle. All right, let's see the gradient. Queen of Wands. Yes. Yes, darling. If some of you found yourself, when it comes to what you want to do, holding back, or you know how sometimes people make plans and they try to stay so like iron tight to that plan, they don't really want to venture too far off, they're kind of afraid of what'll happen. The Queen of Wands is very confident, darling. She's very confident, she's very magical. And again, it's giving me this sense of family. So some of you might be thinking of maybe going into business with family, or family time is so important to give you that boost you need, that creative spark that you need, or just the rest. That's going to be very crucial. And the Queen of Wands, that energy is, you know, is activating in you, be you masculine or feminine, to do something that gets your blood flowing. It gets your mind just not necessarily going sporadic, but like it gets you to want to explore different aspects of who you are and your creativity, and I'm getting this like I'm feeling myself vibe, but I'm also extending my warmth to family and friends. So I'm being my unique self, but at the same time I can still chill with my fam and care about them and put some compassion in their direction as well. This is being filmed during Leo season, and of course this is our monthly Mystics collab. So even though we're talking about 6 months, we're also still channeling the energy of this month. Pile 1, family is important right now. Close friends are important right now. If you felt like you have none, some are coming in, but you got to be open to receive it. There's a chance here for you to really enjoy yourself and be yourself as you do it. And that's what this Leo season is about. Can you accept the intensities of who you are and express from that position instead of feeling like you're only one or two things? But at the same time, can you be compassionate towards yourself and others? You guys who pick this pile, you might want to check out the Leo reading that I did prior to this one on my page for the portal, because the AA portal could be very important for you in setting you up over the next couple of months. So you might want to understand the intensities of the energies you're dealing with when it comes to that. So if you've been trying, if you've been working yourself to the bone, trying to figure out how you're going to save up money maybe for a vacation, because again, I do sense that here for some of you. Or if you've just been feeling like you're kind of just, you've been to yourself like, oh, I've just been doing all this work for me, I haven't had time to really chill and have fun or go out. This energy is telling you that the opportunity is not only coming, but they want you to start creating space for it now. So get yourself in the mentality of being happier, get yourself in the mentality of being more expressive. Do something. If you work in a cubicle, decorate your cubicle with colors. Some of y'all get caught up in the grays and the blacks, and I get it, it might be your favorite color, but add some spark, add some purples, add some yellows and oranges, something to spark a different energy in your space to make you feel more vibrant, more alive, more awake. The Queen of Wands is very much about feeling alive, right? And you might find that either someone's going to be showing you a lot of compassion within 6 months time, like they're going to come to you and kind of want to help you out with things and extend their heart in your direction, or you will extend your heart in theirs. This could be friendship, family, love, etc. Okay, because some of you in this group are probably already married or with a person. All right, let's see how this transitions into the energy of love within the next 6 months. Whoa. That's all she wrote, folks. the lovers. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all, you got bliss coming on the way to you. It starts off with maybe spending time with your family. If you're already in a connection, it's building that bond. It's, maybe vacationing, just the two of you, or just you and your kids, whatever your situation is. Take what resonates. And or when you spend some time with your loved ones or whomever the people are that genuinely care for you, it sparks this new creative, expressive side of you, this new warmth. And you take that warmth, and as you extend it, your person starts to come into your life. Remember that the Lover card also represents choices. So choices between now and then are very important. Right? I just feel like somebody's done with being so, oh, at the bottom of the deck before I could even say it. Somebody's done with a lot of conflict and confrontation and just feeling drained and tired, done with all that, don't want to deal with all that. They're ready to be in a better energy. This could be your, you know, we're channeling for you, collective, but again, this can also resonate for people close to you. Let's see what healing needs to take place to really accept all of this positive energy that's coming your way. We got happiness coming in, expression, creativity mixed in with divine connections. Again, for some of you, this is the Lover's card, and in my readings, the Lover's card does channel with the energy of a partner. However, it could also be business partner, could also be, you know, soul family, soul tribe. So let's see what needs to heal in order for that happiness, that 10 of Cups, to flow to you easily. We have alchemy. You have to remember that you, and actually I'm gonna count this for the middle row because I just seen flames burst off this card before I even saw the pot. You got to accept that you're an alchemist. Okay? You have the ability to use the elements around you in balance to create your situation, to create your blessings. You are not just a bystander in your story. You're the writer of it. Okay, so this side of you wants to come out more. Whatever healing you may need to do, you know, doubts that you might need to remove of what you're capable of. Some people know that they're good manifestors, but when something goes wrong, they get kind of stopped, like stumped a bit, and they don't know where to go. I feel like this is representing progress for you. Tapping into your power and watching as it progresses you a little bit further and a little bit further, and by the time you blink and 6 months has, you know, run its course, you're in a better position. But you gotta put in the time, you gotta put in the effort, you gotta put in the work. This is number 25. So we have 7 here. Okay, number 7 is important for somebody. Yeah, I want to put this beautiful baby right in front of that Queen of Wands, because I literally saw flames like whew, out the card. See what else needs healing. Sadness. You got to let go of what tells you that you can't have it all. First of all, you got to evaluate what it means to you to have it all authentically. I always tell you guys, operate from an authentic position, be an authority in what you do. It's not about being an authority over other people, but if you're an artist, be an authority in that. If you're a poet, be an authority in that. Be authentic in it. If you're sad right now, and some of you are, right? What's making you hold on to that depression? What's making you hold on to that trauma? Because what that holding on does is when something blissful starts to come in your life, when it's time to tap into your own personal power, you will sabotage yourself before anybody else can. That has to stop. That has to cease. Cease and desist. If you're in a connection that's not making you happy, darling, because this is just what's channeling for some of you. If you're in a connection that's not making you happy, you have authentic ones and an authentic one coming forward. You have a divine love here. You have divine friendships and partnerships here. But how can you receive it if you're not open to it? If you're just thinking doomsday all the time? You've been through a lot. You've learned a lot in that. But I'm going to need you to start focusing on those lessons from the perspective of a blessing and not just, oh, it was a harsh reality and that was it. No, it was a lesson there, and that lesson carried a blessing to prepare you to be ready for when the good things actually come in. So how can you put yourself in the mentality necessary to accept that? That's growth. Not saying out of fear, I'm going to stick to my doubts. Out of fear, I'm going to stick to not being as expressive. If you're working a job that's draining the life out of you, it's time. It's about attraction, right? So it's time to put the energy out there to attract the right job, that it comes to you. You find it with ease, right? If it's finally going independent in your career, same thing. This is a collective reading. Take what resonates for you, darling. You know, you're responsible for your actions, but that's what this is also about in hindsight. If you think about it, it's you accepting your power. accepting, wait a minute, no one else has the ability to control my happy or my sad. When I take a moment to acknowledge me, I'm able to remind myself of who I am beyond just my name, beyond just culture and all that, to remember this cosmic energy that I am. And that means I can harness that cosmic energy to create different outcomes and bring balance into my life so I can have all that I truly desire. Sit down and make a list of what your true desires are, the core of them and why they're there, and a list of things that might just be lustful or wishful thinking. And as you narrow down that list, be honest with yourself. 9 out of 10, you're telling yourself that you can't have it all because of rules that just don't have to apply to you. To be quite honest, they don't have to apply to you. You don't need to be in conflict with yourself or anyone else. Hopefully that all makes sense, because everything's channeling in fast. That's been happening a lot lately. We have dreams. Live your dreams. Live your dreams, express your dreams, know that you are divinely protected, be courageous in your dreams. We have a tiger here. This also feels like it's perfect for the transition energy, because we go from being sad to alchemy to I can now bring my dreams into reality. I can heal and allow myself to realize how powerful I am, and that divine connections and intuitive choices are my birthright. Because that's what this is. So please pay attention. I don't care if it's a daydream, if a message seems to have something there for you. It's not always about every dream being, what's the word I'm looking for? Every dream doesn't play out exactly the way you dream it. For those of you've been having a lot of like prophecy like dreams, it's not that it always plays out the exact way. Sometimes you have to pay attention to the little details. I'm a dream walker and a dream reader, and a lot of times what I end up telling clients is you got to start paying attention to the minor things in the room that you would have otherwise ignored, or a phrase in a sentence that you wouldn't have thought was a big deal. That's going to hold the eureka moment and the deja vu as stuff starts to pass. But you're going through a transitioning period. You're going through a metamorphosis right now. Okay? And it's going to be time to reveal yourself, because we have take off the mask. This sums up literally everything that we're saying. Let's move on into, let's strip this down more. Ooh, I feel like so much wants to come out at once. We have playing by the rules will not get you noticed. It's time to think outside the box, be resourceful by looking beyond common boundaries. What I tell you about Pile 1. Look at this. It's a rainbow triangle here. Also, and I used to point this out to clients in readings, but I'm going to do it for you guys too. And I shared something like it already on my Instagram. You have your third eye point between your brow, and then it creates a triangle. Okay, on your face these are the points that create the triangle for channeling energy upwards. It's mighty interesting that you have this strong manifesting energy to have all the things you truly desire and want, whether it's happy family, career, all the above. And they're telling you, hey, in order for you to get that, you have to push past certain boundaries. You can't let your depression or past failures, or when people did whatever the trauma may be, and when I say whatever, darling, I mean whatever, with all love, whatever it may be, you have to make the choice to let it go, to free yourself of the conflict, of the back and forth. Whoever's meant to part ways, okay? That opens you up to fully be your expressive self. If you've been overworking your time and you need more time with family, do that. But you're still going to find yourself put in these situations where you have to really express who you are. You're not going to be able to just, kind of cloud in a corner because what if family doesn't like what I say? No. The alchemist in you wants to activate. I'm getting like temperance energy from that, but I'm also seeing flames constantly jump out of the picture, almost like it's coming out of her body, like she's pulsating flames as I look at her. Somebody has a fire in them, a passion that they want to get out, and you have every right to allow it out, to express those dreams, to be free. We have the number 5, 25, and 3. I would literally look up that exact set of numbers as angel numbers, maybe Hebrew. Every culture has a different meaning for the number settings or a similar meaning, but look them up and see what phrases and what energies stand out to you. Let's get the next one. We have never gossip about your competition or be tempted to take part in gossip. You never know if you'll need them as an ally. Always think before speaking. And she's got this like gas mask on as if she's allergic to bullshit. How to, you're very allergic to bullshit. But be mindful, especially if you find yourself hanging around family or certain friend setting, be mindful of that time being spent of people just wanting to kind of trash talk or gossip or tell you what so-and-so told you about them, especially if you didn't hear it through the grape, you know, from the horse's mouth. If it's just coming through the grapevine, you gotta, some things you just gotta like kind of hear it but don't hear it. I always say hear enough that you, if the person was what they say they were, your mind will remind you. You don't have to carry it with you, but always remind yourself that if you don't know the individual, that person's experience doesn't have to be yours. And you don't want to set yourself up to be in a crazy predicament for no reason. Remember, we keep being led back to the bottom of the deck with this no conflict. Don't let somebody rope you in the conflict. I don't care if they family, friend, or otherwise. You have amazing blessings on the way. Choices are really important right now. So be mindful of what you entertain, okay? You know, somebody can peek through the game. Somebody can just be trying to look out for you, and that's cool. You can notate that. But remember, notating is like, okay, it's in a file cabinet in case I need it, and then I keep it moving. And if somebody's energy just doesn't match what you're hearing, let it go. Some people do that, especially in the spiritual community. Some people do that. They want to talk ish about another one so quick. Nah, just, it's none of your business. What they went through with that person is what it is. If they're giving you a warning, cool, but other than that, keep it moving. Be allergic to bullshit. Listen, I just said spiritual community, right? So some of you might, your job, your work might involve, you know, mystical, whether it be you do tarot readings, maybe you own a mystical shop, etc. You might want to. We have being a witch is knowing that there's magic in you and in the universe, processing everything you need inside of you to create the life that you want for yourself. What did I say about this whole set? Notice that that's right where dreams is, right? And choices and divine partnerships. Okay. So you got to let go of any bitterness. Any bitterness still dominating you will only, it's only going to add injury. It's only going to mess you up more. You got to let it go. Right? You got to learn to forgive, be kind to yourself and others. How can you show compassion to yourself and others? Let's move on to Boss Babe. Trying to get y'all through this real quick, part one. Make sure you comment below your takeaways, what resonates to you. Add on whatever else you yourself are picking up from these energies, my darlings. I'm trying to make sure they keep us in one direction, because lately when I channel, it's like so many people want to go in so many directions. It's connected a lot of times, but it starts getting more like a personal reading. And that's a lot more energy, because it's a lot of you here. It's a lot of people I pick up in the collective, regardless of when you come across the reading. Let's see what your boss babe affirmation is. And this is whether you're masculine or feminine. We have, my thinking is peaceful, calm, and centered. Not depressed. Not, you know, not worrying about what if I cross a line from just being me. No, I'm not worried about that, because I know that I'm in a peaceful place and that I operate from a peaceful place, from a confident space. Don't let nobody, you know, make you feel like you can't live your dreams, like you can't express yourself. Something about that, like it keeps coming out. Express yourself, express yourself. I'm literally hearing that song, express yourself. Dun, 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 dun. We have, this child is safe and loved. This child is welcome and cherished. And this still connects to that family energy. It connects to that alchemy energy. If you get around family and normally you're not used to being yourself, heal that inner child. It is safe to be me. It is safe to be in this space. You know, it's not about what anyone else will accept. It's about what I understand and accept in myself, and extend that compassion to others. I also feel like that's what that gossip card is about, and I've been saying that since the beginning. Extend compassion, right? You don't have to to like everybody. You don't have to be friends with everyone. But again, like the card said, you never know who might end up being an ally to you later. If a person really is shady and low down, it's not telling you to be supportive of that person. It's just saying, be mindful. Be mindful. Let's see what else we have for you, pile one. Oh, no, I don't want 2 cards. I just want 1. Yeah. 2 more decks to go to. Oop, I live my life to the fullest. I'm here and I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Bottom of the deck we have, I am on an endless journey through eternity. There is plenty of time. So if you felt like, I don't have time to do the kind of career I really wanted to do, or I don't have time to like take that vacation I really wanted to take, and blah blah blah, spirit looking at you, the divine looking at you like, child, if you don't stop making excuses and enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. Take the breaks when you need to, put in the work when you need to, and create time to actually have fun. Wow, so many cards want to flip out at once. We're going to get into your sacred power. Push this message forward. Oh, energy balance. I'm seeing that some of you need to balance your energy past just the 7 basic chakras. But for a lot of you, you know, you've been working on these individually, and I feel like each day, or maybe you do like 2 days of one and then 2 days of another, and so on and so forth, but staying in a balance of energy is really important. Really, really important for you guys. But I am seeing some of you have to become familiar with the other chakra points. It's time for you to level up in that. Sound, expression, express yourself. Sound is a vibration. Your words are vibration. Be mindful of what you say, what you talk about, you know, how you feel about others, how you feel about yourself. It's all a vibration. And remember what I told you about the triangle point? You see the synchronicities? What are you listening to? Okay, listen to things that inspire you. And look, some people are just drawn, like on my channel, there's a variety, right? And on many of the readers who will be in the description, there's a variety. Some readers are more so, they're drawn to focus on who's coming at you or who's talking about you. They're drawn to do that because sometimes people need to know that. Not everybody's doing it just because, oh, it's a trend or something crazy like that, right? Come out of that mentality. If you don't, you find yourself coming across more people worrying about being a trendsetter versus constant, consistent energy, pusher and evolutionary. But mix it up. If you're led to watch something that gives you a heads up on a person or gives you, hey, here's what was going wrong in your life. Okay, you heard it or you received whatever that download is for yourself personally. Now, as what's the solution? And then when you find the solution, what can you listen to that's motivating? What can you listen to that'll help you propel out of that sunken energy? For example, if a person's telling you about a karmic that you might have been dealing with, maybe, like I said this in the Leo reading, okay? It's not about putting none on nobody. I got to tell you what I see happening. And a lot of people that are in connections or hanging around family members and friends that just, you can't get anywhere with them. You're being pushed or they're being pushed, but you can do this the hard way or the easy way. Either way, there's a way, and you will be pushed in a certain direction, and then you'll have to make choices that are really life-defying, right? You have to have the courage to do that. Understand that it's all a part of divine timing. It's all a part of the divine trying to put you in that position that you've been praying for and that truthfully you've been worthy of for a very long time, even when you felt you weren't. But in order to do that, sometimes they will give you the heads up on the negative. They will give you the heads up on the shadow work you have to do and etc. That's why we have this healing energy up here, right? But you notice how, okay, I give you the healing road. Now here's the solution. Here's the further definition. Here's the solution. Here's more solutions. Now, what are you going to go listen to get you amped up and get you motivated and get you, yeah, I'm ready to go. Sometimes you have to be your own hype man or hype woman, right? So that's what this energy is telling you, is be mindful of what you're speaking over yourself and be mindful of what you're listening to. And even if it's a positive thing, whatever helps you stay energetically balanced. It can't be all bad all the time, babe. And it can't be all ooh la 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 all the time. There has to be an understanding of groundedness, right? Just being in that center position and knowing which way you need to move based on the energies. And I feel like words are very important for this group right now. What you say and how you think is very, very important. Yeah. We have boundaries again. Remember I said that Disney song, a dream is a wish your heart makes. What row is this in? Listen. Y'all going places. Oop. Communication. And check this out. You chose the dragon that represented transformation right now, that has butterflies all over it. And here's a butterfly transformation. There's so much magic taking place. There's so much for you to be encouraged about. You just gotta allow it. And when you feel yourself about to get, you know, discouraged, derailed, you have to remind yourself, I'm not in a defeated energy. I'm in a move forward energy. No weapon formed against me. I don't need to be against anyone else. I can work my own magic, and I can get to the point where I can connect to others and express my dreams and work magic from that perspective too. You may not all resonate with being called a witch or being necessarily, you know, witch has different meanings. I get America is like very with it. Has different meanings. Some of you may resonate more with the high priestess energy or different, you know, starseed energy, whatever it may be. And starseed can be all the above. But whatever it is, get confident in it. Learn more about it. Be open to receive guidance on occasion. Be open to also receive guidance from yourself, because it's your higher self that's going to lead you to the people and the places and the things that you need to be around in order to express. If work is heavy right now and you need a vacation, start planning it. Because some people might be so quick to say, I can't take it right now. You're so quick to put up a block. Well, plan it. Right? But don't just sit in plan energy alone. Sit in a I'm gonna get it done energy. Okay? Because you need that break. Some of you really need some type of like getting away and or family time. For others, I feel like that 10 of Cups just represented you getting in a happy space with what you do for a living, aka your career. And then that transition period into how it affects your love life and your other connections and relationships. And it all leads to you being able to reach and surpass certain boundaries and stuff. Like look at that. Like passing certain boundaries, like not boxing yourself in, thinking you only have to be one way. I can't go there because somebody may not like if I go there. Be respectful, especially when it comes to energy work. Be respectful. Oh my God, we have success. Listen, I don't need to say anything else. You got your whole message. Finally having relief. Checkmate. Finally going through healing. Honey, I don't need to say nothing else. I don't even need to clarify those 3 cards. They just clarified themselves. You can't make it up. Confidence. Can't make it up, my babe. Of the heart at that. Confidence of the heart. I told you, Leo season, right? Babies, pile 1. I pray that resonated for you and it brought you whatever clarity that you needed. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. What up, pile 2? Welcome. You chose the Koi Dragon. Okay, so it's time to do what you love. When it comes to career, it's time to be more affectionate to yourself, more affection to the people around you that deserve it. Time to be open to receive it. With that Koi energy, genuine friends, genuine family, genuine connections are important. Let's hop into your career and then break down everything else. I'm doing a lot of really intense energy works and channeling a lot of messages, so I don't want the pre-channels to be too long here. So we're going to hop right on in to the cards. Starting with career, let's see what you can look forward to over the next 6 months or within 6 months. The big transformation you can look forward to. I'm hearing a train really loud. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, we're not taking all those. We'll take this one, but we're not taking too many, Spirit. We have the Knight of Swords, darling. Okay, you gotta, when it comes to career, there's either a mission that you have in mind and or something you're meant to accomplish. If it hasn't shown itself to you, and I believe if you chose this pile too, you know what this is. If you haven't completely solidified how you're going to go about this mission that you feel driven to do, it could be going off and making your own business. It could be leaving the current company and or workplace that you're at and transferring to something better. Whatever it is, I'm seeing a bullet train. So either it's either you might live near a train station, but I feel like it's you taking off like a bullet train, just high speed ahead. But you know how trains can tend to go into a straight line before they switch tracks? That's what I'm seeing you guys do. It's like it's a straight line and it's really fast, and then it switches track. It gets on a different path, a more stable path. So 6 months from now, depending on the decisions that you make and how you apply yourself, I'm hearing watch your temper, pile 2, watch your temper, how you apply yourself in your temper, you're going to switch onto a stable track. If you feel a little unstable now, a little unsure, or maybe even just too settled. Some of you feel like you're too settled. You feel this need to just like, I gotta go, I gotta leave, I gotta do something different. You're being given that opportunity. It's going to take you being very precise about what you want to do and very determined and disciplined. Stay diligent, stay disciplined. This isn't a young knight. He's mature. Okay, so be you feminine, masculine, woman, man, this is a mature Knight of Swords. Okay, there's experience here. So whatever you want to do, you have experience, and you need to take that experience forth with you. But I'm just hearing, be a little mindful of how aggressively you approach certain like topics within your career or certain plans. Like, for example, are you the kind of person to come into space and just like take over? You know what I mean? Like, clearly this was meant to be a team effort, but you just kind of like came in and was like, okay, this is what we're doing. You might have great leader skills, but you got to also give people a chance to do their job, to do their part. Don't take everything just onto yourself and end up putting, first of all, putting your head first on the chopping block, and then two, extending yourself too far and burning out. Because one thing about being a bullet train, when it comes to the mind rushing like that and the body not being up to par, one thing's going to burn out before the other. Okay? And whatever's coming towards you, I'm getting this vibe like, work smarter, not harder, because you're going to want to fit in enough time for rest. Because when this takes off, when this road switches, even though it's more stable in the beginning stages of it, it's going to require maybe a lot of moving around. Like, for example, being on your feet a lot, or you know what I mean? It's maybe having to type up certain I'm seeing grants. So somebody might be trying to get a grant or some type of I see papers that say grants. So maybe you're a grant writer or you're trying to get some, and once those things start to come through, it's going to be, wow, those cars just flew across the room. It's going to be, everything's going to take off just like them cars just took off. And you're going to find yourself going crazy if you don't pace now, if you don't prepare yourself for it now. So do what you have to do to prepare your mind, your body for this. But remember, you're not going in a fresh egg. Like, you do have experience in what this is. I don't care if you didn't go to school for it. There's experience. Okay, so utilize that. Oh, they're saying get the ones that flew. Lord. All right, hold on a second. Let me get these flying cards. All right, pile 2. I wasn't going to take these because they fell on the floor, but they fit pretty much what's going on. I'm not going to keep them out. I'm still going to shuffle for your other 2. But just for this career, we have a lot of things may seem unknown right now. That's fine. As they progress, you're going to be where you need to be. You just have to be open to receive. So be mindful, again, of being maybe like a little too aggressive in certain areas. When it comes to certain things, like, you got to know where to apply that aggressive nature when it comes to work. Sometimes you might need to chill. Okay, fortune is turning in your favor, because not only do we have the Wheel of Fortune, but we have the 10 of coins and the 9 of coins. Okay, so being able to enjoy yourself, afford things you may have wanted, really enjoying the benefits of your work. I feel like sometimes, you know, some of y'all in the collective are just, you work, and you don't really, it's not just that you don't enjoy it, you don't get time to actually like enjoy the benefits of your work. And it's time to get in that energy of enjoying the benefits of it. But you definitely have a mission. You have something important you want to do, and you will do, right? You got the willpower to do it. It's right here. So within 6 months and in 6 months time, that bullet energy, you're going to see things starting to pick up. So don't let nothing discourage you, okay? Let's see what the gradient is, the in-between. Yeah, be mindful of, you know, first of all, I'm hearing be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. But I'm also hearing be mindful of people who seem shady around you. Don't get too in your head about it. Like, you want to trust your instincts on this. We did see the High Priestess. You know, trust your intuition, but don't drive yourself crazy with trying to see who might be talking about you, who might be plotting against you. Put your protection in place. Again, this is the Knight of Swords. This is the mission-driven person. He's also an individual who's used to being on the battlefield. So when you sense a certain energy, pay attention to that intuition, but don't let it suck you in. Somebody could be trying to suck you into drama to throw you off your path a bit here. You're not supposed to fall for it. But I'm also hearing be honest with yourself as well. So if you're somebody that's used to, I can just do everything by myself, be honest, you need help. If you're a person who feels like you have no help, like, you know, or whatever the case may be, honest that help is on the way. It can come in, you just may not always be open to receive it. The Knight of Swords can be very closed off, contrary to popular belief, especially when it's a mature Knight of Swords. They can be very much wall up, kind of like a general. I'm a general. I already know the battlefield. I know what I got to do. I don't need I'm here. I come to save the day. I'm the first on the scene. And sometimes you just want to calm all that down. You don't have to be the first one on the scene all the time. I feel like that's another reason that's there. Because sometimes when people call themselves setting you up, it's because they want you to be the first to some madness. But for the most part, I'm feeling a lot of you just need to be honest with yourself about what you're capable of, what you may need assistance with. You can do better than where you are right now. You can do what you love to do better than what you've been doing thus far. And you just got to be real about that. I don't care if it's art, readings, whatever it is. Yes, you have the passion, but are you applying that passion correctly? Or do you get too in your head about it? Sometimes maybe getting kind of like it's giving a little bit of a show-off vibe for some of you. That's not for everybody, but this kind of like, I have to seem like I'm always on point. I have to seem like here I come to save the day. I'm the first on the scene. I'm the first, I'm the to be all. And sometimes you're doing too much with it. You got to calm it down. Okay? Something about be careful. I'm hearing be careful about messages that somebody might be trying to text you or send you, or like coming in like a text message or email form. Could be someone trying to link with you again or get close to you again. But don't, if you got a weird feeling about it, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Just don't hop all the way into it where it's like, now I gotta obsess about it. Don't do that. That's doing too much. Trust your instincts. If your instincts say don't go in a certain place with a certain person, don't do it. If it says don't participate on a certain project or put money, somebody could be trying to get you to invest money in something right now and you're feeling weird about it, you don't really trust it. First of all, scared money don't make money. So if you're feeling weird and you done already seen some stuff that kind of made you go, I don't know if I can trust that person, it's up to you what you do with your coin, but your instincts are there for a reason. You don't want to operate from fear. You got to be honest about what you're feeling though. Notice how they look like they're opposing each other, right? Like the career choice looks like it's going in one direction and the deceit or the deception, if you will, is going in another direction. This could be the struggle of self. I feel like the reason it's in the transitional period is because it's what you're transitioning out of. So let's see what's coming in when it comes to love. This could be amongst family. This could be, loving the people you work with. Could be romantic. Let's see what comes out. If you've had a feeling that a partner of yours is jealous of your success, watch that. Be mindful of that. You know, don't be trying to date people that are jealous of what you do or envious, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna pose a problem. You could have already been dealing with that, and that's another thing you're transitioning out of. Let's see. In 6 months. Ooh. I'm here when I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. I'm hearing lovely day. The Sun card. Yeah, I feel like you're coming out of the shadows. You're coming out of maybe always thinking people have it out for you, because again, while there are people who sometimes may have plotted against you, you could have put way too much energy in that ish before. Now you're in a period where it's time to transition out of that and come into the Sun. Seven of Swords can also represent the shadows, that which lurks in the night, that which stays hidden from you. And because it's hidden, there are certain things that can come off deceptive, whether it was the person's intention or not. So sometimes somebody could be applying that to you, like they think you're too secretive, you're too hidden, and then by the time you actually do something, all of a sudden you're like the be all to be all of it, and that might make people feel a certain way. I'm channeling different things for different people. Go with what's for you. But the main objective I see here, taking off like a bullet, having to be honest with yourself and kind of come out of the shadow, and, you know, come out of the shadow into the light. Not even kind of, this is the Sun. Like, come into the light. Come as you are. I am energy, strength energy, the whole nine. Happiness is yours. Within 6 months, this is the progress you're going to see. The goal is that Sun energy. That's the only measure out here, other than when the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune peeked his head out for a second. So there's a pattern, right? When it comes to love, whether it's you loving yourself, receiving love, you have an opportunity to do so within 6 months. But I do feel like a huge portion of this is self-love and self-care. This could be putting yourself first more than you normally would, or even being more compassionate towards another, like you having more compassion towards someone else. But there's a lot here about being in an illuminated state and no longer in the shadow. And whoever might be talking dirt, whoever could be plotting something crazy, it burns away with the Sun, honey. That's why you're being told not to focus on it too much. You're going to get your renewal. You're going to get your cup runneth over. Things come full circle. So don't get caught up in drama-rama, all right? Let's see what you need to heal, especially with that 7 out here. Let's see what you need to heal and or what's already healed. We have expression with sexuality. Right? A part of your mission could be getting more comfortable in the skin that you're in, or helping others become more comfortable in the skin that they're in. I don't feel like this is, you know, this is tapping into ancient knowledge. If you look right here, for those of you who are, you know, where we have this Anunnaki over here, it's like tapping into ancient knowledge of self, which is heavily tied into sensuality and sexuality as well. Someone has to get comfortable in their skin, is what I'm hearing. As you get comfortable in your skin, you get comfortable in the position that you work in your career. You get comfortable in coming out of the shadows instead of going in. It makes you stand out in the light more and express who you are. I feel like we should move this to the center. I can fit it to this, but I feel like it should be in the center. Because notice she looks like she's going into the temple, but like she wants someone to follow her. And I said earlier, be mindful of a person trying to like lure you into drama. On one hand, as you start to shine more, or someone starts to see your luminescence and how good you are about going with your mission, it's going to make them want a piece of you, or want you to be tied up into what they're doing. This could be both in the work sense and in the love sense. And so you have to use your discernment and trust your intuition and not feed into craziness. You may resonate with pile 1 a little bit here. Pile 2. You might, if you were thinking about it, if it crossed your mind, you might want to check out pile 1. So get comfortable in your skin and don't let anyone drag you into a space you don't want to be in. If you were dealing with a person that was jealous or envious of you from a lover standpoint, for example, you're going to want to you're gonna want to check that at the door, or cut that tie, because that can go left real quick, especially when it's a person you're intimate with, because they can pour that jealousy and envy into you and start draining and pulling on your energy. And then your success, you're wondering why certain things in your life, when it came to career, when it came to love, wasn't quite working out. And it's because that person's been tapping into your energy and taking that which they don't deserve to have. Someone needed to hear that. Whomever, whatever, however, someone needed to hear that. But for others, I feel like it's you. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Pay attention to how aggressively you go about something, but be you. And if you don't quite know what that is, because some people, you can be any age and still be learning yourself. You're going to always be learning yourself. Be open to that. Have space for it. Yes, you have a lot of knowledge and experience, but always be open for more. Always be open to understand more. That way, you're never that person that ends up stuck because you plateau yourself. That's how you get to that sun energy. Someone also has, and I have to say what I'm channeling, so trigger warning. Inhale, slow exhale. Someone may have intimacy traumas or issues that they're still purging out. That could be another reason why you have sometimes this, like, I have to save the day energy, or I have to show that I can do it, that I'm strong, because you might have at some point in your life, in this way or others, felt like you weren't in control, or like you know, you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want to dive too deep into that because that's not for everybody right now. But these are some of the things that need to heal so that you can receive the blessings coming to you. We have say what you mean. I'm getting this like say it with your chest energy. Say what you mean. That too, I mean, it goes with, I feel like these two cards can literally transition between each other, because that goes back into this over here when it comes to that be mindful. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it here, because I feel like sometimes too, when you're in a space, whether it be a work mentality, you might find yourself sometimes coming off a bit harsh, or maybe someone comes off a bit harsh to you, and things can come out that you don't mean, or you might bite your tongue when you shouldn't. It's like this, be mindful of what you say, right? So say what you mean what you say. Don't mince words. Don't confuse your energy and other people's vibrations, okay? Be honest. We can, like I said, these two can swap, honestly. Let's get that sun energy. Whoop, we have pride. Don't be too prideful that you can't be open to receive help when you need it. But at the same time, take pride. Take pride in what you've accomplished and how far you've come. Pride works in more than one way. It's not just purely like an ego-driven thing. It has layers to it. Everything has layers to it. We have courage at the bottom of the deck too. And we got the sun card out here. Okay, listen. 7 was back there. 18 and 4, and now we got 30. I feel like you guys should look up those numbers. It takes courage to come out the dark and into the light. It takes courage to be open to receive help and not just be the only hero in the story, right? It takes courage to express yourself in a sensual way while also making sure that you don't fall for people's ish. Let's strip these things down a bit more. Dive a little deeper. We have brand yourself. Perhaps it's time to embrace the real you. What did I say? And stop muffing your style. Be bold and show them who you are. Make your brand work for you. That bullet train, man. I'm still hearing it like a train going. But again, it's like it switches tracks, right? So you were on one track and maybe it was moving kind of stagnant, then it takes off, and then whoosh, before you know it, you're on a whole new track. That one's more stable, but it comes with, like, you're gonna want to get your rest when you can get your rest. You know what I mean? But remember, work smarter, not harder. I'm telling you, you can't make it up. Evil eye. The evil eye can be given intentionally or unknowingly. To evade evil eyes, try not to Post about your success, but act modestly. Use an evil eye amulet to reflect. Listen. What I say about what you approach aggressively, right? Like when a person wants to be first on the scene, or I'm really successful, blah, 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 whatever that may be, right? And then somebody starts getting jealous, or if you're dating a person that's envious, yes, there may be people around you that are also being a bit deceitful because they want to kind of trap you in something. Whatever it may be, you're not meant to feed too much into it. Pick up on it, know it's there, do what you got to do for a solution, but don't be that person that becomes like, everybody's out to get me all the time, because what'll happen is you'll draw more attention to you than not. But be mindful what you're talking about. Be mindful with how quick and how aggressive you put certain information. I keep hearing that word, aggressive. It won't go away. You went through something in your life where you felt like you lacked control. For some of you, it has to do with your sensuality. It doesn't mean that for some of you, it could be a trauma. We have to be honest around here. But for others, it might have just been in a situation where you didn't feel like you had a lot of control. You made yourself dormant. And so when you got in a position where you could really kind of just be bold, you might have found yourself being a little too bold with certain things, or like too forthcoming with information. You got to be mindful with that, especially in the workspace, right? You want to say what you mean and not try to come off, phony or be too hidden. You don't want to hide yourself away per se, but you do want to be mindful of what you share and how you share it and how you go about certain things. And if you feel the energy of envy around you, which some of you clearly do, this ain't coming out by, no coincidence. Some of you feel like somebody's watching you, or like someone has it out for you. That might be one of the reasons you don't ask for help sometimes, or one of the reasons why you'll do certain projects by yourself, or maybe even take them over. But the way you get rid of that, yes, it gives you the suggestion of wearing an amulet and so much and so on and so forth, but you have to be mindful of what you do. And when you feel that energy, you cast it off of yourself, and then you redirect your focus on something else. If you keep your focus on that energy and on who is it, where are they, and what they're doing, you'll drive yourself nuts. Again, somebody could have been, I'm getting like a sleeping with the enemy vibe for some of y'all. So somebody could have been dating a person real jealous, real envious. And if you haven't noticed, I feel like you have noticed it, for those of you that resonates for. But within 6 months, you're going to reach that boiling point where you got to say what you mean. And you can't just participate in the back and forth with them. And you can't just act like you don't feel what you feel or see what you see. Like I said, sometimes you might be harsh. Sometimes you might bite your tongue. Now it's going to be to the point where it's like, if you have to cut ties, you cut those ties because you know the intent of the person. You get what's going on here. I'm channeling a lot of stuff. Let me try to let's reel this in. Lots coming in at once. We have the thief of joy, apples to apples, comparisons, your highlights to theirs. What use is that? Happiness comes from appreciating what's in front of you and not wishing you were doing something else. These roles link up all the time. Like, without even trying, these roles link up all the time. You have all this happiness coming to you. You can be pride, you can take pride in what you do and in what you know, but don't let pride make you feel like you have to be in competition with someone else, and then you end up blocking a blessing instead of receiving a blessing. Or you act like you know something just because you got experience in it, and you're not open to learn the new ways or other perspectives to it, because that just halts your blessing. You'll find yourself robbing yourself of your own joy. Same way, if you stay hidden, or if you stay mixing with individuals who don't have your best intention at heart, you get caught up in always feeling like you got to look over your shoulder. You don't progress forward. Same way, when that bullet energy comes in with work and you feel that need to move, you have to move. Just be mindful in how you do it. Maybe don't tell everybody right away. Maybe don't be so quick to, I'm the best that's in here right away. Like, kind of scope out the land a bit. And if you're doing something for yourself, a business for yourself, branding you is important. And sometimes people don't need to know that you're doing that until you post the logo or the first product that you have on sale for the public to see. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot going on for you, pal, too. It's a lot of different people's energies here right now. but I trust and believe that y'all know which parts are for you. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have law of attraction. Applying the law of attraction is more than just thinking. It is also feeling what you want. You have to be a vibrational match to the desires before they happen. You guys know I teach you that here all the time on this channel. So you got to have that courage, and you got to believe that nothing that's for you can be taken from you, and anything you felt like you lost can be returned to you. You will have that renewal. You won't go thirsty around here. Let's get into your boss babe message. See what we got. I am secure. Need I say more? Need I say more, loves? That's why I said these two here are so interchangeable. For some of you, they work in the reverse. For others, this is like, you get what I'm trying, like it all matches up. It all matches up. I am beyond group beliefs or a calendar. I feel like that's the, I might be able to work with a team, but I don't have to just tag along and restrict myself to, well, the group said we're gonna go here and do this, or this current partner is making me do some ish I don't want to do, or participate in some activities I don't want to participate in. Nah, I don't gotta do all that. Oh, my dates are restricted to 1 or 2 things because I got this obligation, that obligation. It's about really reviewing what is really worth my time. What's really worth my time? Ooh. Y'all keep trying to shoot out way too many cards now, Spirit. Come on now. Come on now. I love and approve of myself. It is safe for me to care for myself. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's move on along. I forgot to show the bottom of the deck. Hold up. Because so far the bottom of the deck's been hidden, babe. They've been hidden. Lord. We got, I take in and give out nourishment in perfect balance. Everything's about that perfect balance, babe. Everything. All right, let's get into your sacred power. Then we're going to close it off with the wishes. And that'll be your reading, pal, too. Source, and look at the sun energy. Tap in the source, trust source to guide you. Some things might feel unknown, but that's okay. Trust that intuition. Come out the shadows when you need to. Keep certain things discreet into yourself, but I feel like some of you just have to put yourself out there in a different way, like in a different light, and that goes back to that branding self energy. And that knowing that you can be happy, you can have what you need. You just got to stop comparing your happiness or your success to someone else. And again, I don't care if this is a spouse, friend, co-worker, whatever, this middle row right here, when it came to that 7 of swords and that evil eye, but I feel like you're already picking up on it. So you should know what to do. We got medicine. We got medicine. That healing energy, the remedy to all of that. That's chief wisdom right there. That's powerful. Can't make it up. Sacred wisdom. You have a certain experience in something already. You have a certain amount of knowledge, and you can easily expand on it. And expanding that knowledge becomes your medicine, connects you closer to source, which gives you that happiness you need. It transitions you out of any darkness, deceit, or again, you might find yourself having to be discreet about something. That 7 had a lot of shit tied to it, right? But that bullet energy, that something taking off fast. Look, soul journey. Listen, You got places to be, love. People to meet, places to be, things to expand on. Just gotta be open to it. Ooh, ooh. We got 2 out of the bat. Spiritual insight. Second chance. And notice how that looks like that renewal energy of the Ace of Cups. Let's get one more. Dang. Dang. Talent. Your talents are bringing you to your happiness, baby. Cleanse that energy. Get that energy right. If you've been finding yourself being the person in that kind of like evil eye, 7 of Swords energy, you got to be honest with yourself and get it right. Remember, I told you that's also tied into honesty. So if you find yourself kind of putting something on somebody else, watch it. Don't participate in that. Pile 2, darling. I pray that gave you clarity, gave you insight on what's going on around you, gives you peace of mind, shows you what's happening within the next 6 months. Peace, love, and light to you, beautiful soul. What up, pile 3? You're closing us out. You chose this gorgeous dragon here. My galaxy baby. My cosmic boo-boo. A lot of you resonate with magic. A lot of you resonate with different types of cosmic energy. Could be starseed vibe, you know, law of attraction, affirmation. You've already been speaking things over yourself. You're kind of just waiting to see results for some of you. Others, you might be seeing results, but within 6 months you're going to see even more added to that. There might be a couple of hiccups. That's just channeling for you guys a little bit, but you'll get over them. You know, as long as you just pay attention to the vibration, you'll get over them. But a lot of you who chose pile 3, you resonate with magic. You resonate with believing in the beyond. So let's see what the dragons have to say for you. Starting with career, we have the Hermit. And what I love about this Hermit, he looks like he's slowly starting to unravel himself from where he's been staying, as if he's ready to, you know, he's looking at his crystal ball. He's guided by his North Star, or his guiding light, so to speak. And he's just getting an insight on what he needs to do next, and how he might need to present the wisdom he's obtained so far to the world, or to wherever he's guided to go. So when it comes to career, you're going to get a chance between now and within 6 months to really dive deep into some inner wisdom, dive deep into also the knowledge of others around you that you can tap into. You know, they're mentors to you, or they will be mentors to you, and you're able to sit in that energy for a while and just kind of collect it. So some of you could actually not be working right now. You might be currently on vacation, or you could be doing a job that does, you know, it's not taking up too many hours. That's for some of you, that's not for everyone, but it gives you moments where you can be to yourself. And at first that might have bothered you. You might have wanted more hours. You might have wanted more work. But Spirit is saying, being able to have that moment to self where you can dive in and you can get that mentorship and get those downloads is important, because within 6 months, that same knowledge, that same insight, it's going to matter moving forward. So you're going to have this opportunity to really shine your light within 6 months. You're going to have to trust your gut on this. This is Virgo energy. Pay attention to what your instincts and your intuition is telling you. Be practical in how you go about the next couple of steps here, okay? Let's see what the in-between state is. Whoop, we have Strength card. Yeah, you guys are going to be able to display your skills. But like I said, there might be, for some of you, I know there have been already, there could be a couple of more little hiccups on the way, little last minute like bumps in the road, so to speak, but you end up reaching the top. You reach the top, and that what you thought you might have had to be aggressive towards, or you might have had to fight, you'll actually realize, no, I don't have to fight this energy. Actually, this energy is actually my greatest strength. And good thing I went within, I got myself calm, and I foreseen where I need to go, and be more mindful of my steps. You're not going to know every little move, but Spirit will give you what you need as you need it to progress forward. So you don't have to know all of the moves and everything that's going on immediately. It'll unravel as it goes. Just like that tail is like unraveling from that tower in the background, right? I feel like you're detaching from things. You're detaching from certain worldly ideals and whatnot. Some of you might have actually legit, even though it's summertime, some of you might have actually legit been living like a semi-hermit life, like just keeping to yourself. And the time's going to come over the next couple of weeks and into months where you're going to be out there more, exploring more. It'll be a couple little hiccups, but you'll realize that what you thought you may have had to conquer, like for example, if you felt like you had to conquer your shadow self, for example, it's going to be like, no, you just needed to integrate that. You just needed to connect with it so that you have a better understanding of yourself. And that's going to help you in your career. It's going to help you to know how to put that knowledge forward and how to receive guidance and also how to give it. So some of you in your career, you're going to be in a position where the wisdom you have, you pass it down to someone. This is whether you're already doing, say, tarot readings, you own your own company, if you're basic, if you think, oh, my job is basic, I'm just in a cubicle, you could be a runner-up for manager or something where you get to help others, right? You get to take the wisdom you have and put it towards others. But listen to your destiny. I keep hearing, listen to your destiny, listen to your destiny. That star, that north node, that destiny energy is calling to you right now. And it's saying you got the strength to come up here and be kin to me instead of enemy to me. So you see how normally like the knight goes to conquer the dragon, and instead it's like, oh, you're not the enemy here. I don't need to conquer you. We can actually be allies. We can actually be friends. Let's see what that's transitioning into, be it love or other. And we have stability. We have stability and protective energy. I feel like either you want to protect someone else or somebody is really protective of you. You don't want to be too codependent on their protection. You do want to be open to it. Just don't get caught up on being like, this person does everything. Not so much the protection. It's more so the providing energy. Like, oh, this person provides me with everything. That's why I feel like there might be a little bump in the road here and there. Is you might have been provided for by somebody for a really long time, and then a little hiccup comes where there's a minute where they can't do it, and you have to rely on your own wisdom and strengths. But don't worry, that stability, you yourself are ending up in this position, in the King of Pentacles position here, right? Where you get to be protective of someone, you get to provide for yourself, all right? Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. And as a love, the same thing applies here. The person whom you may love or be with, whether you're in a relationship or this is a divine counterpart, friendship, you know, take the love category how it resonates for you. I didn't restrict it to just couples. The people or the person you have love for is protective of you and wants to provide. And you might find yourself wanting to do the same for them. Just remember, whatever wisdom comes in is to help you for when you're in that weird transition period where maybe they have to kind of pull their energy back for a minute, or you may have to pull yours back for a minute. But don't worry, what needs to come full circle comes full circle. For most of you, I see you getting in this position where you're the person that can say, I'm finally in that stable place I wanted to be. I'm no longer on this rocky hill anymore. Let's get into your healing energy. To that healing, baby. We have, oh my Lord. Listen here. Wow. And the master number. Wow. I wanted to shuffle another one real quick. We have sexual arts. Sexual arts. Anything with sexual in it lately, especially with us being because this is being filmed during Leo season. It's a form of expression, self-acceptance, and doing that through sensuality. You notice how this masculine energy is holding on to the feminine, and the feminine's almost solidified but not quite. It's like a person holding on to an ideal of maybe self or another, but it's not quite yet whole, like it's not quite yet fully solidified, but the fire is still there. The energy is still intense. There's something growing and expanding within you over the next couple of months, where more and more as the months transition, that energy, that person, that vibration becomes more solidified. But it starts with you. It starts with you. And you might have thought at one point in time, this is 33, a master number that's also 6, moving forward. You might have thought at one point in time that this energy wasn't ever going to come into fruition for you. Or you might have thought that you had to have a guard up or some type of fight. And like I said, when you get to the top of that hill, that which you thought would be maybe an enemy, or you thought would be something you have to be resistant to, actually becomes an ally to you. And in this case, remember what I said, this is like our love category over here, right? Whatever you may want it to represent, but this energy is speaking more so to a couple vibe, or to just loving yourself, coming whole to self. Because even though this is a couple, we can see this as you starting to feel a part of you become more tangible, no longer just a phantom. Okay, we have beauty, number 17, that also comes out here, and I definitely feel that ties into this hermit energy, that being able to see, I feel like it's inner beauty. You get what I mean? That's what the hermit represents, honestly, is that inner beauty, that inner wisdom, and then knowing how to shine that light and find it in others. So it shines from you and encourages people, and then you, in turn, are able to bring it out of others, help others see their own inner beauty. All in the work that you do, whatever that may be it in an office, be it on social media, wherever you get to bestow that wisdom. Remember, it's all a part of that new beginning. Those new beginnings, that new tangible beginning that's been long overdue. Within 6 months, that egg finally hatches, finally comes into fruition. You may resonate with another pal. I'm not going to tell you which one, but we have dreams, and I just said into fruition as it shuffled out. Being able to have a stable ground, somebody coming in your life, bringing you stability, gaining your own strengths though, and not being completely codependent on just what that person can provide. It's a partnership, it's a kinship, it's a genuine link, right? But it starts with yourself. So see all 3 of those cards as yourself first, and what that means and what that grows in you, and then you can transition it into what it may mean when it comes to family or a partner. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have pay attention to the signs. Number 10. You've been seeing the signs. Pay attention to them, darling. Pay attention. Like I said, you guys chose the group that you know magic, you know, you got intuition, you know what's going on. Separate any type of illusions or delusions and just accept the signs you see before you, and, you know, ask for more clarity. Let them come in clear. 17, 33, and 3. I would look that up as an angel number. 17, 33, and 3. We have... Oh, Lord. Okay, that's too many, Spirit. No. I'm not taking that many. Let's shuffle for row 1. We're doing 1 card per thing, Spirit. I just realized I don't have my mic in, so if this part of the video sounds a little lower than the other parts, I apologize in advance. I had to unplug my mic to get up for a second. I forgot to put it back in. We have be smart. Sometimes a woman's mind, I'm going to say woman's or man, mind gets overlooked. Use it to your advantage. Outsmart them. You'll never know. They'll never know what hit them. I feel like even though it says a woman, that this was for a woman or a man, yes, a woman's mind gets overlooked, especially since most people consider the mind to just be masculine. But I feel woman or man energy, like somebody might have underestimated you before. And at one point in time, it might have got to you, but it's like, you know what? Just harness your knowledge. It goes back to that harness your knowledge energy. It goes back to that accept your inner light, your inner beauty. And by the time you put all of that out there, boom, they're caught off guard. But I feel like you shouldn't do it necessarily with the intention of trying to have an advantage or outsmart somebody. I feel like it's just about you. And notice they're in a classroom. Remember what I said about learning from others and then being in a position to teach others? That could be how somebody that underestimated you sees your power. Is you end up in a position where they're like, oh, who got that job? Or who leveled up like that in life? when they thought you wasn't even gonna. You might even have to be somebody that teaches them a little something. You don't want to do that from a spiteful place, because them seeing you in that position was enough. You dig what I'm saying? I'm hearing that Beyonce line where she's like, always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. You know what I mean? Like, gracious is there's this graceful energy here. So I feel like that role, it'll resonate with you whether you're masculine or feminine. But yes, divine feminine women, those who you've been in a position at work or even in a household where it's like the men always act smarter than you. They always act like they know more than you do. They never listen to your inner wisdom and end up with egg on their face but still not listen. And when you break free of that situation, wherever that may be or whomever that may be, you end up in these positions in life where you shine and they can't help but to stop and go, damn, now the person I underestimated, the woman I underestimated, is in a position where she got to teach me a few things. Like what? Like what? What? Leads you right to your person, because then your person is like, oh, y'all underestimated? Well, thank you for sending her my way. Thank you so kindly. Thank you for underestimating her. That put her right in my line of sight, me right in hers. Made us more tangible to each other. Oh, we got confirmation of this row here. We had, ignore the sugar daddy part. I don't feel like that necessarily applies here. But this card is about being mindful of not allowing someone else to provide everything for you or provide. And this doesn't tell you to be closed off to when people want to help you. Just don't be in a position where you become completely codependent on someone else doing it. So it's like if someone says, oh, I'm going to pay for this thing, or I'm going to take over this project or whatever. You go, okay, fine. You never back check. You never look into it. You don't see if they actually did it. And then you turn around and the car note wasn't paid. Or you get what I'm trying to say? It's not saying that you're necessarily dealing with somebody already that will let you down like that. If you are, you know your business, right? But remember what I said about that card. It also represents somebody that can be stable and dependent. You just don't want to get so caught up in what they provide that you forget how to provide for yourself. And then you end up stuck having to rely on them at times when it might have been quicker to do something yourself or more productive to do something yourself. So I'm not really, depending on your situation, depends on whether or not for you that's going to resonate as a good or bad. What I really feel from that third row is if you're not with a person that's more stable and secure now, you will be. But it's also about yourself. Remember that third row that is love. It's not just love of a person, it's self. How are you providing for you? Or are you putting yourself in a position where sometimes you take care of everybody else? What they're going to do when you're not around or when you're not able to do something? They'll just fall apart. So it's also maybe you teaching someone else how to be more independent and not so codependent. So, take it how it resonates for you. I feel like this group, you might resonate with one of the other piles. I feel like this group also needs to be mindful of people who are a bit envious and jealous of you. Again, people who might have underestimated you or thought that you're supposed to fit a certain role just because you're a woman or just because they have more experience, whatever the case may be. We got law of attraction. Applying the law of attraction is more than just thinking. It's about that feeling, right? It's about feeling and then acting from that position of feeling it. Saying what you have now in the current. Make it current. Make it tangible. Make it real. You guys are probably definitely going to resonate with another pile. Bottom of the deck, we have stay committed. Your goals may feel so far away. They seem absolutely impossible. Accept the good, the bad, the in-between. Sometimes success takes a little longer to achieve. And remember, this reading is for within and, during and within 6 months' time. So we got pay attention to the signs. An egg is finally going to crack open. So stay committed. Let's get to your boss babe affirmations. We got 2 more decks. I've been channeling a lot of energy, y'all. So if they feel either like they're taking a little longer or whatever the case may be, y'all gonna have to forgive that in advance. If you got like I said before, this is collaboration. I'm gonna run the titles on the screen. I normally also mission like the decks. I'm gonna put them in the description. But I've been doing a lot of channeling, so my energy right now is, we're reaching our limit, baby. So we're gonna hurry up and get on through this. What's your affirmation? We got your healing row. We got, you know, a more stripped down detail. Now we have your affirmations. I relax and realize my self-worth. I am good enough. Life is easy and joyful. Look at that. We have high society. Life is for me. Life provides all I need easily and comfortably. So once again, it's like tapping into being able to rely on help, but being self-sufficient at the same time. I'm here, don't worry. Be happy. We have I respond to love in everyone. So you respond with love. You see love in most people that you come across, or the path. In other words, it's not about rose-colored glasses. You see growth in people. Remember what I said about that Hermit card, where it's like by tapping into your own inner light, it makes it easier for you to see the inner light of others. We have bottom of the deck. I love and approve of myself. I give myself permission to go ahead. It's safe to move. That's the bottom of the deck. So you pay attention to the signs, and when them signs say, go ahead on, move on, expand, go in the new direction, unravel yourself from around that pole right there. That's what you do. Remember the tail being wrapped around. We have rest. Rest assured, all is well. Remember that I relax and realize my self-worth. The dolphins also represent divine love here, and communication of love, communication of friendship. I'm hearing that treat me like I treat me. Don't let anyone treat you less than what you treat yourself. We have transformation. Look at that phoenix, it's gorgeous. Beautiful transformation. What did I just say about communication? What did I just say about communication? Boom. And the fact that I was moved to put transformation in the third row, which it fits, right? And then boom, this comes out, and this whole second row involves communication. And listen, honey. In the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. Ta-da! That's what I just heard. Okay. We're going to close this off with V from V Love and Crystals deck, which I've been using for all the piles. Let's see. The wishes. 6 months time. Oh! Then 6 months, more, better self-improvement, being in a self-improved state. It starts now, though. Don't just look at that and go, oh, it's in 6 months, I'm self-improved, but then you don't put no work in now. It starts with now. We have fame, which also means recognition and attention for something, right? Which makes sense as well, especially with your dreams coming in and making sure you're not too codependent on anyone else. That makes sense, that the more that you get comfortable in yourself and the more that you get used to expressing your dreams, the more people will say, oh wow, I'm taking notice. And remember that those who doubted you are going to be sitting there like, I knew them when. I knew them when. Oh, you can't make that up. Look at that. Look at the crystal clarity. Being able to see ahead. What I tell you. Listen. I kind of want those two next to each other because that's just too pretty. That's what that is. That's just too pretty. And we have acceptance. accepting the blessings coming in, accepting the abundance, the signs. 3, I pray this audio came out perfect for y'all, because like I said, when I came back, I forgot to put my mic back in. I just started recording. May that have brought you some clarity of what to expect, the transformations coming in. You actually got literally a transformation card, pile 3, like literally. I recommend if you resonated with another pile from this reading that you check it out. Remember that this is a mystic collaboration, so do click on the links in the description to see the other readings. Comment below your takeaways from whichever piles you chose. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.